travelling on the east coast. Now, Jimmy's stories are, as some of you have told earlier, that they're incredible stories. They really are, as if you're actually there. And Jimmy spent some time actually alone with Baba. So,
very lucky.
marvellous, very, very fortunate.
Jai Baba.
Would you like to come here as a chair here? Any one of you? There are a few chairs here. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Thank you for the invite. Happy to be here. A few years back I spoke over here and here I come again. I'll take you back to 1958. My dad was 50 and he passed on within a week's sickness. Mama was 40 then, and the three of us, my sisters and myself, we were almost not even teens. So you can imagine it must have been a great shock for my mother to suddenly be a single parent, single mother, to look after three very young kids. So it must have been quite a torrid time for her. And there walks in a family friend of ours, and he tells my mom that, would you like to come to Kamu Baba? Kamu Baba was a genuine saint, and he said that you have nothing to lose. Please come and have his darshan, have his blessings. So then we go to Kamu Baba's ashram at Goregaon on the outskirts of Mumbai. And we are standing in a queue at his ashram, and Mom is introduced to Kamu Baba. But let's digress a bit as to who Kamu Baba was, what was his spiritual status. It was Roshan Kierawala who years later told me that Roshan was originally from Pune, but she came and stayed at, I'm talking about ages back, she came and stayed at Mumbai because she was learning about embroidery, stitching, etc. So she was a kind of a study in Mumbai. And she was the intermediary between Kamu Baba and Meher Baba, sending messages to and fro. And at one point in time, Kamu Baba sends a message through Roshan saying that, please request Meher Baba to relieve me of this burden. At a point in time, it becomes a burden for the saints. So he requested Meher Baba to relieve him, and sure enough, within a month or two, Kamu Baba was gone. So that's the background of Kamu Baba. So mom is in front of Kamu Baba, and he's asking Mom, what is it that you want? What are you looking for? And normally when people go to saints, they have some materialistic agenda to ask for, either for wife, for husband, for children, for health, for wealth, for whatever. And Mom says, give me inner light, show me inner knowledge. Imagine a woman asking for inner light, inner knowledge. And Kamu Baba asked my mom to bend down, so she bends down. And Kamu Baba runs his thumb on my mother's forehead right here. He does this. Now, this is where your third eye is. Effectively, Kamu Baba opens my mom's third eye. And the world opens, spiritual world. And the world opens for you. When I say opens your third eye. We'll come to that a little later. And then, that was only a one-off meeting with Kamu Baba. That's it. And then Rhoda mystery, Rhoda Gym mystery, Arnaval Dadachandji's sister, Jim's wife. She was my mom's friend as it is for years. But at this point in time, she walks into my mom's life once again. And she would come to my house twice a week, thrice a week, from say 1:30 in the afternoon till 6. And she would talk non-stop about Meherabad. She was born into a Baba family, being born into Dadachandji family. Most of you know about Dadachandji family, they were very close. And Baba's first secretary was Dadachandji. So Rhoda's grandfather's brother, that kind of a thing. So she was a Baba family, she was brought up in Baba's family. So she would talk to my mom non-stop for 4 or 5 hours at a time, talking about Meher Baba all the time. And my mom was like a sponge. Mom was like fish to water. She took to spirituality. She took to Meher Baba, and she would absorb all that Rhoda mystery told her. She started reading spiritual books and Meher Baba's books. A lot of books were not written in Gujarati, which language my mother knew. Almost all were in English. So mom would ask us, me and my sisters, to read and translate and tell her what the book is about. So this is how it went. Mom started meditating. This is before we met Meher Baba. She had only read Baba's book, she had only seen Baba's photograph, and that's it. So mom would close eyes and she would meditate, and in front of her there would be Meher Baba. As small as a matchbox. This is what she had told me once. As small as a matchbox and as large as a skyscraper. So in our Hindi, we call it Virat Swarup. So that kind of a thing mom saw. And he showed himself, Meher Baba showed himself to her. And then let's fast forward. It should happen that Rhoda must have told mom that we go to Guruprasad in Pune, this is where Meher Baba comes for the summer. Would you like to come with your kids and be there and spend some time with Meher Baba? You will have Baba's darshan. So once again, fast forward, we are at a hotel, a small hotel called Mobo's Hotel. To give you a brief about Mobo's Hotel and Guruprasad, Bun Garden Road was a very leafy road, only fringed by cottages, that's it, just cottages and a beautiful tree, something like an avenue. And on that Bun Garden Road, on the same side, there was this Mobo's Hotel, and a block away, just a block away, let's say 10 minutes walk, 5-7 minutes walk, and you have this Guruprasad. So we stayed this close over these years. We stayed this close. So we were given a room. We were given a room in this small hotel. Let's say around 14 rooms, a small one, 14, 16 rooms. And out of this, roughly 12 to 14 rooms were taken over by Babalawas. So it was like a Babalawas family, kind of a big family. And the same evening, the first day, this was in 1960, April of 1960, Rodhavi Street takes my mom and the three of us. We walk down the road. We are outside Guruprasad, and Rhoda tells mom that you see this, you see the place inside. We are at the gate. We are at the Guruprasad gate, and there are long gardens, well manicured gardens, and behind the gardens is the mansion. It was like a mansion, Guruprasad. So that's the structure you see, that's Guruprasad, and you will meet Baba over there. So we have seen Guruprasad, we know where it is. The next day morning, Baba calls us, not us, the group. So the group goes to Guruprasad for the first time in that summer. We would stay for roughly 2 months in that summer vacation. And they are inside, they are with Baba, what we call the Mandli room. They are in that Mandli room, and Baba's asking Rhoda, anyone else has come? And Rhoda says, Baba, my Jim is here. Her husband's name was Jim, the 3 boys. So she says, Baba, we are here. Anyone else you brought? And Rhoda says, Baba, we all there are chances, we are all here. And the third time Baba says, the lady at the gate, is she with you? He does like that, so it's translated, the lady at the gate. Immediately Rhoda realized that Baba is meaning Khurshid Khan and the kids. She didn't know where mom was. Baba knew where mom was. Way back, when Baba was doing like this. And she said, sorry Baba, I didn't understand, I didn't know what you were suggesting. Baba said, never mind. And she said, Baba, I brought her, she's a widow, she has 3 small kids. The next time you come, bring them over. So the next time, now how did it go? We going to Baba, once in every 2 days, 3 days, there would be a phone call from Guruprasad to Mumbai hotel at the reception, saying Baba's calling. And all of us who were kind of Baba family, all of us would be kind of ready, maybe just not wearing us shoes or sandals, just we are all set, we are ready. And the moment the phone call came, if I'm ready, I'm not waiting for anybody, I just walk down the road. And so same with everybody else, we just walk down the road, we enter Guruprasad, Baba's already seated in the chair, and we enter and we sit down. The ladies sat on the right and the men on the left. And Erich uncle would sit on Baba's lap. So this is how the structure was. So the next day morning we are there, we are on the veranda. The door is shut, the door is closed, we are on the veranda, and there are quite a number of people, maybe 20, 30, waiting for the door to open so that they could get in. And Mom had visualized in her mind's eye that this is going to be a private darshan, this is going to be like a private audience. She only imagined herself, her kids, and Meher Baba. That's it, meeting Baba like that. She never wanted to meet Baba in the big gathering. So she tells herself, standing on the veranda, that I don't want to meet Baba like this in front of so many people. And the moment she feels that I don't want to meet Baba like this, the door opens, Erich uncle comes out at the door and says, Baba wants the first timers to come in. And we were the only first timers. The Khans were the only first timers. So we walk in, Erich uncle closes the door behind. And before we went to Baba, my mom was told, she was instructed that you don't meet Baba, you don't touch Baba, you don't touch his feet. These are the standing orders. Just go there, but don't touch him. This is how it is. So mom was mentally prepared that she's not going to be touching Baba, whatever. But the moment Mom and we walk in, Baba throws open his arms. Baba just throws open his arms, and my mom walks up to Baba and hugs Baba, and Baba gives her a hug, and that is the moment. That is the moment. Mom was choked. She was choked because she had no one else to go to, no one else to confide and tell what she was going through in life. And she broke down. She just let go of her. She just let go of her. And it was like a torrent, and Baba kept holding, and she cried so loudly. And the three of us were just stunned. We were just stunned to see Mom in this Meher Baba's arms and crying, wailing loudly. The three of us, we were so young, we were kind of taken aback. And she cried and she cried and she cried. And finally, she was sighing, she stopped crying. That is when Baba let go of her. Till such time he was holding her. And then the three of us hugged Baba. To date, it's been 55 years. It's been a very long journey for me. Every time I pray and meditate, I can still hug Baba. Not just speaking wise, but emotionally, spiritually, I can actually feel Baba hugging him. His white sadra, when I hug him, is that kind. So that feeling he kept for us, for our lives. So then 3 of us meet Baba, and Baba looked at my mom and said, "You will not worry for them." And Baba said, "They are mine." He said, "They are mine, and I will look after them." Baba said, "I will look after them, they are mine. From today, you will not worry about it." And mom said, "Thank you, Baba." And then Baba's asking Erach uncle to call Dr. Goher from the other side. We are on the men's wing, the women wing on the other side. In the center is the central hall, and then the women's side. So Dr. Goher is called, and she comes in and says, "Yes, Baba." And Baba says, he looks at my 2 sisters and tells, "Go ahead. They are so thin, they are so weak. You check them, medically examine them and bring them back. Tell me what's wrong with them." And as they were going, Baba was telling my mom also, "You also go, you also go." So this is the first time in April 1960 that my mom and my sisters, they go in and meet the whole of the women Mandli, starting right from Meramai, Mani, Naja, Khorshid, Goher, Rano, Katie, all those women of the early years. They meet them for the first time. My sisters are medically examined, they brought back. And Goher says, Goher was a doctor, she was a MBBS, she was a physician. She says, "Baba, they are all right, they are healthy, there's nothing wrong with them. They are just thin, but it's okay." So Baba said, by the time the door was already open, everybody had come in, everybody had sat down. Baba says, "You also sit down." So this was our first day, first show. What do we see? What do we see? We see Baba breaking his own rule of not touching, not meeting, not allowing people to meet. Baba throws open his arms and Baba hugs my mom, soothes her nose, calms her nose. He meets us, he greets us. Then he tells mom, "Don't worry about your kids, I will look after you." So there's another solace for her. She is kind of resigned for the rest of her life that Baba is there for them. And thirdly, caring for my sisters, whether they are okay, whether they're not okay. Meher Baba was all-knowing. We all know that. We all know that. But he was the best actor on earth. He acted as if he had a poker face. He acted as if he knew nothing. Always wanted us to tell, us to confide in him. So he looks after my sisters, takes care of my sisters, lets them meet the women monthly, the very first day. So this is what you gather, that this is someone who cares so much for you, your big daddy. These are your impressions of a lifetime. So this is how it went the first day. Now we go over to the next year, 1 year later. And I'm already in college. I'm in business school. In India we call it Commerce College. And now let's break here. Initially what would happen is, as we settle down, Baba would ask us, how are you doing? Did you sleep well? Did you eat well? And Baba would always ask for people's health. Are you okay? Are you well? Suppose Baba had said someone to go over to a doctor and check your health, etc. The next time over, Baba would ask, did you go to the doctor? What did he say? And the man would say, or the woman would say, Baba has asked me to take an X-ray. Do go and take your X-ray. Then tell me what happened. So this kind of small talks goes around. If someone says, no Baba, I didn't sleep well, someone's worrying you, why didn't you sleep well? What's your problem? Tell me. Those kind of small things. And then Erich uncle is here, as I said. And Mani auntie and Erich uncle looked after the English correspondence. Correspondence came from all over. And Babji would look after Hindi and Marathi because he was a Hindu. So he would look after Hindi, then he was a Maharashtrian. So he would look after Hindi and Marathi correspondence. And as the mails came, it could be inland letter, it could be telegrams, postcards, whatever. So he has pre-opened and pre-read these letters, correspondence, whatever it is. So he knows what's in each letter. But they are all open, and so he brings the pipe, he sits down, and Baba afterwards says, okay, starts with the letter. And the first letter, and just gives a synopsis to Baba, and Baba, through his gesture, says, so he remembers what to write as a response. So the second letter, and for the third letter, Erich uncle says, Baba, Jimmy has written a letter. And I'm right there, 4 feet, right there 4 feet away from him. So Baba looks at me and says, what have you written? And I tell him, Baba, I want to be a pilot. You want to be a pilot? You want to fly? Then he's asking Erich uncle to read through the letter. So the letter is read. And before Baba could react and interact with me, I'm barely 18, 19. There are others who I call them top guns in those days, in their 50s and 60s. And one of them sitting there says, Baba, don't encourage him, don't say yes to him. He's so young, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And the other guy says, Baba, she's a widow, she's already lost her husband, don't encourage. So Baba was very animated, very animated. His eyes, his expressions, his fingers said the whole story. And Baba was looking at them. And the third guy says, Baba, it's okay, Baba. If he wants to be a pilot, let him be a pilot. What's wrong with it? Planes don't crash every day. The other guy had said already that your lovers have died in plane crash. Don't encourage him. So the third guy says, plane don't crash every day. If that is what he's calling, let him fly. So Baba looks at each one of them mentally and through eye contact says, is that so? Is it? Very, very kind of as if it's literally responding to that. Then he turns to my mom. My mom was right here. He's your son. You don't speak a word. This guy is there putting in the 2 P's and you have nothing to tell, you have nothing to say. And immediately mom said, Baba is yours. Immediately mom said, Baba is yours. You decide. If you want to say yes, it's yes from me. If you say no, it's no from me. Firstly Baba had said, they are mine. So Baba, she's telling Baba that he is yours, you decide. Baba says, you're very thin. I'm still thin, I can't help it. You're very thin. To be a pilot, you've got to be strong. You need to have a strong constitution. What else can you do? I was already in business school, as I said. And I said, Baba, I'll do CA, Chartered Accountant. That's the only thing you can do in those days at least. There was no MBA or whatever. CA was the only resort. So I said, Baba, I'll do CA. And Baba said, we did like this. He said, very good, very good. Then he said, you will sit on a big... Erich uncle is translating all these gestures. And he said, you will sit on a big chair. People will respect you. And lastly, he did like this. You'll make good money. So I'm a CA. That's it. So we go 1 year later. I was in my second year in college. And we used to call it intercommerce in those days. And the result was, I'm talking about at university level. The result was 76% of the students failed. Unheard of, never ever heard. 76% of the students failed, and I was in the majority, so I failed. And we were all at, every year, every summer we would go to Baba at Pune. We are originally from Mumbai. So naturally summertime is the result time, Baba time, all summertime, vacation time. And when I was at Mobile's hotel, my result had come and I had failed. And there were quite a number of youngsters, young Baba lovers in schools and colleges. They had all passed and I was the only one who had failed. If you are at home, it's okay. You can sulk and that's the end of it. But in front of so many people, if you have failed, you feel so miserable, you feel so horrible, that I started crying and I cried and I cried. I felt so bad about it. And the word goes to Baba at Guruprasad that Jimmy is crying his heart out. He has failed in his exam. So Baba says, send him over. That was not the day morning when we were all called. So fortunately for me, and here I go to Guruprasad, and I'm directed in the central hall. Normally we won't meet Baba in central hall. We meet him in the Mandir hall, but Baba's there in the central hall. And Dr. Goher is with him. So I walk up and Baba says, sit down. So I sit down on the carpet and Baba's asking, what happened? So I tell him that Baba economics paper was very unusual and I'm sure I must have failed in economics paper. And if you fail even in one paper, you fail. And you repeat the whole year. The whole year. It's not something like you miss 6 months. You got to repeat the whole year. So there I was telling Baba that this is how it is and I must have failed in economics paper and that's how I failed. And as we are talking and Dr. Goher is translating gestures, Goher is called inside. Someone is calling her inside. So she excuses Baba, takes his permission and she goes in, either in the pantry or women wing, wherever. Here I am in the central hall with the God-man, with the avatar of the age, me and him, just the two of us. Imagine those moments, just imagine the moments. And Baba's trying to tell me through gestures. You must understand that Baba's fingers flew, his gestures flew. He was not like A and B. Very fast, he was very fast. So he tells me something and I says, sorry Baba, sorry I can't get you. He does it for the second time. I'm sure he did it slowly than the first time. I still couldn't get him. I said, Baba, please excuse me, I'm sorry. I think he did it for the first time, I'm not sure. I think he did it for the third time and I felt like an idiot, complete idiot. God-man is trying to tell you something and you say you can't get it. He said, never mind, get up. So I get up and there were a slice of mangoes, a plate full of mangoes. So he gives me a slice. So I take it in my hand like this and I sit down. So I'm seated there, God and man. Anybody has gone to Sistine Chapel in Vatican?
Yes.
There's this painting of man and God. I'm that man. Nirvana is that God. So God and man sitting looking at each other. And then after a while she comes back, Baba's telling her something. And then what happened was Baba gave my mother 300 rupees, talking about 1962. 300 rupees in those days was fairly good sum, for my extra coaching, for my tuition. So Baba gave my mom 300 rupees and one 10 rupee notes she saved for posterity. And the family has that 10 rupee note. We still have that 10 rupee note which came from Baba. So we have that 10 rupee note. So then Baba tells me to go, and as I walk down the garden, I eat that slice of mango with the skin. I let the skin also go inside. Yeah. Babuji had eaten banana with the skin. Fortunately, it wasn't banana for me. It just was mango skin. So I ate that mango skin as well. Now, let's look at it a little differently. I look at it this way. I may be completely off tangent, but this is my take. My take is that I failed. I repeated 1 year of my college life. But it is done and dusted. I don't even give a damn that I wasted 1 year. But in the bargain, what is the trade-off? As against losing 1 year, what is the trade-off? And the trade-off is I spent 2 to 3 or 4 minutes of my life, and Meher Baba's life, the government's life, with him. That's the trade-off I see. That he gave me a chance to be with him. Had I passed, nothing would have happened. I wouldn't be telling you this story had I passed. But because I failed, and I look at it this way, I look at it very differently in the sense, maybe I'm wrong, but I hope I'm not wrong. I look at it this way that Meher Baba orchestrated this, my failure, so that I could be with him all alone. And did nothing happen between me and Meher Baba, between me and Godman? Is it only that I failed and he called me and that's it? I don't think it happened that way. I think he had something for me. And that he could only give me if we were just alone. He sent away, go ahead, let's put it this way, so that we could be together. And he gave me something just deep down within. Maybe he said that one day you'll go all over and talk about me. You never know, it could have been. So I've been going for the past 7 years across continents talking about, I've talked on Meher Baba on 4 continents. I've talked over here a few years back and I'm back again here. So maybe that could be. So this is it. So let's go to some another Baba story. I told you that Baba's fingers flew and I must have sat in front of Meher Baba absolutely more than 100 times, absolutely. And in one afternoon or one morning itself, you may see 100 gestures of Baba. So cumulatively, a few thousand gestures, and I couldn't catch any sentence. Yeah, word, yes, a word here and a word there, but a full sentence I'd never caught, never. So one summer, Baba is going back to Meherabad, and he's calling a few of his lovers to come and say goodbye to him. So the Khans were also there, so here I am entering Guruprasad, and at the gate, a few were invited to come, not all. So at the gate I see 3 locals, 3 Pune women, local women. They are standing at the gate because they were not invited. So I get this kink in my head that I am an insider, I am one of the who's invited, these women are not invited. You know, I was young, so you have those crazy, stupid thoughts. So I go inside, and this time it's on the veranda. We never had Baba on the veranda, but for the first time, because everybody's packing inside, they're packing their bundles and bags, whatever, the monthly. So Baba's seated on the veranda, and the orders not to touch Baba unless you are told to. So I put some flowers at his feet, I remember, but walked past. And after a while, one guy touches Baba's feet. And he touches Baba's feet, and Baba says, you don't know the orders that you are not supposed to be touching my feet. And this man, very honestly, very genuinely, he didn't know that he wouldn't have broken the rule. So perchance he touched Baba's feet, and Baba said, you don't know. He said, Baba, please forgive me, I'm very sorry. Baba says, that means you are forgiven. And then Then the others who are still coming, Baba said, now you also touch my feet because the rule is broken. So if it is broken by one, let it be an open affair. So everyone else, we are there. Those who have already met Papa are on this side. These people are coming on this side. Everybody is touching Baba's feet. And here am I with my open face. And to top it all, these three ladies, these three locals that I thought were outsiders and that I'm the insider and they are not invited. So they also come and put their head on Baba's feet and, hey, what's happening? What's happening? So they are there and Baba naturally, whenever I've had ego, I'm a human being. I'm an ordinary Joe. So I have my own moments of ego and whatever. So what Baba does is, first he crushes me to dust. And then, to add salt to it, he does like this. So this is him. He better do that because that's the only job he has come for, to kill our egos. If we do that, then we are gone. We have reached the ultimate, we have reached that. It's only our ego that's inhibiting us, prohibiting us from going where we need to go. So here I am with my open mouth, and then everybody has met, and Baba says, since everybody met, you also come and meet. So I'm one of the last to touch Baba's feet. So it's a lesson in humility. So you learn it. By and by you learn it. So here Baba seated, and Baba's nephew, Sheru, Sohrab and Rustam's elder brother, who's no more, who's passed on many years back. So Sheru is here, I am here, and Baba is here. It's like a triangle. And Baba is telling Sheru, get it in your thick skull that I am God. Remember that. And he didn't get it. He didn't catch it. I caught it. The moment I caught it, and Sheru, he said that he didn't get it. So immediately I'm prompting Sheru and telling him that Baba says that I am God. The moment I said that, Baba looked at me, Baba looked at Sheru and said, you heard what Jimmy said? Get it in you. So he said, yes, Baba, I know you are God. And how did it go? The first sentence that I caught of Meher Baba, it's a full sentence, I am God. And I didn't catch thousands of Baba's gestures, but the one sentence which I caught was the ultimate sentence, which is, I am God. I don't care if I didn't catch thousands of gestures, but the fact that I caught his gesture, I am God. That will remain with me all the time. And how did it go? This is I. This was his sign for I. This was A. A, then M, so that is I am, G, O, D. So, but naturally it went so fast, but I somehow caught it, and I'm happy at it. So, yeah, sure. So, should we break? Suggest we break?
One more story.
Okay, one more. It will have to be a small. Okay. East-West Gathering, 1962 November. My mom knew absolutely that Meher Baba is none other than God. She had no doubt in her mind. And we are so far off. Normally, mom would be seated 4 feet away from Baba in the monthly hall. And if it is in the central hall, maybe 6 feet away. That's it. So we Khans were pampered in the sense we were so physically, we were so close to Baba. So close, always very close. But during the East-West Gathering, we are in that huge audience when there were thousands. So we were far off. And mom gets this, it rained, you all know that it rained very heavily. during East-West gathering, and it had rained also. And mom tells herself, I don't know why she had to even think that way, but she says, if Meher Baba is the God, means the ultimate God, then you should call me. Now, why on earth, out of thousands of people, Meher Baba should call Khurshid Khan? Why would he do that? Why should he do that? But this is what it is. Mom said, let Meher Baba call me. And presto, there's an announcement on the public system which says, Khurshid Khan, you are wanted in Guruprasad. We are in the backyard. Everybody was in the backyard. That's where the function was held. And it says, Khurshid Khan, you are wanted in Guruprasad. Right there. Out of thousands, her name was called out.